She didn't scream. She didn't run. And yet, she disappeared. Not in a moment, not in a tragedy, but slowly, piece by piece, until one day there was nothing left of her except the silence she carried. This is not a story about losing someone. This is a story about becoming invisible while the world keeps moving. She never planned to disappear. That's what people always get wrong about stories like hers. They imagine a dramatic escape, a breaking point, a scream in the night. But her story began quietly, on a Tuesday, at 7:42 a.m. The kettle was still warm when she left. Her name was Elara Voss, and if you asked anyone who knew her, they'd say the same thing. She was ordinary. But ordinary is a dangerous word because it hides everything. Elara worked at a small publishing house. She edited stories she never finished reading, lives she never lived. Every day she fixed other people's endings, and every night she returned to an apartment that felt like it had already forgotten her. There was one detail no one noticed, except him. He first saw her at a crosswalk. She wasn't doing anything unusual, just standing there, waiting. But something about her stillness felt unnatural, like she wasn't waiting for the light. She was waiting for something else. That was the moment everything started. Not when she disappeared, not when the police got involved, not when her name turned into a headline, but when someone noticed her. Because the truth is simple. No one disappears alone. The things she never said. There are things we choose not to say, and then there are things we cannot say. Elara lived between those two worlds. Her phone had 17 missed calls. She never returned a single one. Not because she didn't care, but because she knew what they would ask. Are you okay? And she wasn't. But saying it out loud would make it real. The man who noticed her began following patterns. Not her, patterns. Same cafe, same seat, same untouched coffee. She wasn't living, she was rehearsing. One night he sat across from her, uninvited, unwelcome, necessary. You look like someone who's already gone, he said. She smiled, not because it was funny, but because it was accurate. That was the first time she spoke. Not words, truth. The silence she carried. People think silence is empty. It's not. It's heavy. Elara carried silence like a second skin. Every memory she buried, every word she swallowed, every version of herself she abandoned. The truth finally surfaced, not in a scream, but in a whisper. She had lost someone, not to death, but to time, to distance, to herself. And somewhere along the way, she stopped existing too. The man didn't save her. That's not how this story works. He just stayed long enough for her to hear herself again. And sometimes that's enough, because disappearing isn't about leaving. It's about forgetting you were ever here. And remembering is the hardest part.